Hi guys, the Benidorm Enthusiast here, and today we're going to be showing you some of the best tapas that Benidorm has to offer. Apparently, because right now there's a tapas competition going on. 21 restaurants have created and put forward a special tapa for this competition. And this is just one of the tapas competitions that goes on in Benidorm over the year. This is called TapaFest. There are 21 restaurants and we're going to be trying some of the tapas and showing you them today. We're starting off today on Tapas Alley, which is the most famous area for tapas, but the rest of the restaurants we're going to show you are scattered in all different areas of Benidorm. Each tapa for this particular competition is priced at €3.50, and the public are invited to go round the restaurants and try the tapas and then make a vote on how good they think they are. So the first restaurant where we're going to be sampling a tapa is called El Bodigon Aera, and it's about halfway down the main part of Tapas Alley. They've called their specialist tapa Melody Esadiva, and it's described as an artichoke flour with prawn and seaweed caviar. Sounds interesting, right? So let's have a look what this tapa is all about, and the best bit, let's get stuck in. Right then, let's start dissecting this interesting concoction we've got going on. Obviously that's your prawn on the top, seaweed caviar I think that is, and then your artichoke round the base. Where do you start? I think it's just a case of digging, isn't it? Prawn first. There's the prawn's head. The best part of a prawn anyway. I'm guessing this is the seaweed caviar. Let's have a go. Nice flavour. Not sure about the texture on that. I'm not sure if caviar's for me really. I like the taste of it, but I'm not sure about the texture. I don't know, that taste, is that the prawn? That could be the prawn. I really have no idea what I'm eating here. The taste was nice of that, but the texture was a bit strange. This, I have no idea what that is either. Can't go wrong with cheese with me. And then the artichoke base. I'm not a mad fan of artichoke normally either, but we'll see. That's actually nice. Like I say, I don't normally go for artichoke as a choice vegetable, but that is nice. I probably should have had a bit of it all together and see how the flavours combine with that. Interesting. That was a strange combination for me. Like I say, I'm not normally a fan of artichoke, but I think the artichoke was my favourite bit of that. The prawn and the caviar combined together in that little mix didn't do it for me. It was a nice flavour, but the texture was a little bit slimy, which is probably what you would expect from prawn and caviar, I suppose. I'm not going to tell you my scores. Once you've tried the tapas in this competition, what you do is you'll get a QR code from the staff with your bill. You take a picture of your bill and you scan the QR code and then you put your vote on. I'm going to do all our votes at the end, and then I'm going to let you know which ones were my favourite and which ones were my least favourite, and you can see which ones you'd probably like to have a try and which ones you'd probably give a miss. Let's move on to the next restaurant. Second restaurant then, where we're going to be trying the specialist tapa for the TAPAFest 2025. This restaurant's called Marisa El Puerto, and it's right on the edge where the Old Town meets the Poniente Beach, so just on the corner before you get to Dove Park. They've called their tapa for the competition Frutti de Mare, and it's described as a smash burger of prawns, monkfish and spicy seafood, onion, chives, coriander, rocket and a bed of black rice. Interesting. Let's see how this one goes down. Well then, get a look at that. I have to say, it looks impressive and the smell is amazing. I'm excited about this one. Let's get stuck in. So, I'm guessing this bit here is the smash burger of prawns, monkfish and spicy seafood. You've got your onions, coriander rocket all around the edge, and then at the bottom is your bed of black rice. I'm just going to delve in with this and get a bit of everything. all going in at the same time. Let's get a bit of it all going on. And then I'll try each bit separately as well. Let's go. That is delicious. Really, really nice combination of flavours on that. Let's try a bit of the smash burger on its own. This is the seafoody bit. That's the seafoody bit. A smash burger of prawns, monkfish and spicy seafood. That is delicious. Really, really nice. Black rice. That really works. Really, really works. Stunning for me, this. For a seafood tapa, it's not overly fishy, if that makes sense. And the textures, the flavours just work really well together. And it came out nicely presented as well. We've got our receipt. We've got a photo of the QR code. As I said before, we're going to be doing our scores all together at the end, and then we're going to be giving you a rating of our favourites and our least favourites from 1 to 5. Let's move on to restaurant number 3. The third place we're going to be trying a tapa for the Tapas Fest today is DNI Ibericos. That's just opposite the Town Hall Square on the Levante side of the Old Town. If you do want to get involved in any of these tapas competitions that go on in Benidorm throughout the year, you can always find information online. We'll post a link for the details for this competition, and the participating restaurants also have these flyers available with all the participating restaurants, their tapas and a map of where you can find them. If you're really hungry, you could do all 21 in one day, or just spread it out over the week during your holiday. For this particular tapas contest, the voting ends on Thursday and the winner will be announced on Friday. Everyone that's voted gets entered into a prize draw, and the winner will win tickets to the grand final of the Benidorm Fest. But you can still continue to try the tapas over the weekend, and I dare say the most popular ones that are successful will stay on the menu at the participating restaurants for the foreseeable future. Tapa number 3 then at DNI Ibericos is called Nuestra Diva, and it's described as a puff pastry lollipop with Iberian pork cheek, sauce, cream cheese and crispy Iberian ham. Sounds good. Okay then, let's have a closer look at tapa number 3. I'm going to open it up first and see what is inside. Obviously the outside bit is your puff pastry lollipop. Oh, look at that. So you've got the cream cheese around the edge of the puff pastry. In the middle you have the Iberian pork cheek with sauce, and then a little bit of crispy Iberian ham. Delve straight in. I'm gonna pull the lollipop off so I can get a bit of everything going on all together with this one. Smells good. The pork cheek cooked in the sauce, that just melts in your mouth. Very, very tender. Puff pastry, nice and crispy on the outside. Works very well. Oh, lost a bit. And you get a little bit of salt from the ham. Lovely. Really liking this one as well. Completely different to the other two that we've just had. Possibly a little bit less fancy, but taste-wise and texture-wise, absolutely gorgeous. The meat just melts in your mouth. Tapa number 3, we've got our receipt, we've got our code, and we'll let you know the scores at the end of the video. On to number 4, here we go. On to tapa number 4, and this is at the Taberna Andalo restaurant, which is just on the edge of the Old Town, still on the Levante side, just off the Plaza Triangular, pretty much opposite the Madeira Hotel. Their tapa is called Flamenquin Deluxe, and this is described as crispy Iberian ham roll stuffed with cheese and dates, breaded with toasted corn, served with sherry and mustard alioli. That sounds pretty good to me. Let's get stuck in and see what tapa number 4 is like. Here we go with our 4th tapa of the day. So this is the Flamenquin Deluxe. Toasted corn on the outside, like a crumb, and in the middle we have, let me just dissect it a little bit. In the middle we have crispy Iberian ham stuffed with cheese and dates. I'm going to try it first without the sauce, and then I'm going to get a nice big dollop of that sherry and honey mustard alioli and see how that adds to it. Here we go. It's got a really, really sweet, the dates and the cheese give it a really sweet kick, and the crunch from the toasted corn, great texture. Let's get some of this alioli. Oh yeah, that really sets it off. I could eat that alioli on its own. Beautiful. Look at that cheese in there, melted cheese in the middle, the dates in there, give it a nice sweet kick. Very nice combination there. Nice sweetness for the inside, good crunch on the outside, and that alioli made that whole tapa for me. That was something else. We've got our bill, we've got our QR code. We're going to give that a vote very shortly, but first we've got one more tapa to go to, one more restaurant to try out. So let's go to restaurant and tapa number 5 on our video. Here we are at the 5th restaurant we're trying today, tapa number 5 on our list. We're on the Levante beachfront at Pinocchio Playa. So this is an Italian restaurant, and their tapa is called Rajio de Sole. Did I sound Italian then? I think that was quite a good accent actually. Here's the description of their tapa. Gluten-free spaghetti carbonara croquette on salted sabayon, parmesan cream and guanciale crumble. Interesting. I had to Google a couple of them things to see what they are. Sabayon is an Italian cream that they use for dessert, but this version is salted. And guanciale is a cured meat, which they've made into a crumble for this tapa. Let's go. Let's see what this is all about. Here we go then. Tapa number 5 on our list today. So this is a croquette with gluten-free spaghetti carbonara in the middle. On the top, you've got the parmesan cream, the sauce, which was called saltayon, something like that, which is made from egg, and then you've got the crispy cured meat crumble on top. I think you've got to get a bit of everything in your mouth at once when you try this. So let's cut it open first and have a little look. Oh, the smell. Get a load of that sauce going on. All together. Here we go. That is delicious. Lovely creamy inside and soft, gooey, crunchy on the outside. A good kick of cheese from the parmesan cream. Yeah. Definitely got the essence of carbonara going on in that one. And the crunch and the salt from the meat, the crispy meat on top. The kick from the cheese, texture. Nice. So that was tapa number 5 on our list. We've got our bill, we've got the QR code. Remember, there are 21 restaurants taking part in this competition. These are just 5 of the ones that we decided to randomly pick and have a try at today. I'm going to be rating them all now, uploading our scores to the QR code, and then I'm going to be sharing them with you shortly. That's it, that's my scores entered, and I've got to say I've thoroughly enjoyed trying these tapas today. trying stuff that I probably wouldn't have chosen if they weren't part of this tapas contest. But how did our scores go down? What did we rate? Well, when you go onto the QR code for each restaurant, you give it a score out of 5. So let me tell you how we rated these 5 tapas restaurants. So we gave 3 out of 5 points to the first restaurant we visited, which was El Bodigon Aera. That was the tapa named Melody Esa Diva, and it was the artichoke with the prawn and the caviar. They got extra points because I enjoyed the artichoke part of it, and I don't normally like artichoke. Presentation was good as well, but for me personally, I wasn't keen on the texture of the prawns and the caviar mixed together. I gave 4 out of 5 points to the 4th and 5th restaurants which we visited today. Those were the Taberna Andalo and Pinocchio Playa. The tapas involved were the cheese and ham crunchy roll and the spaghetti carbonara croquette. They were both absolutely delicious, and I really enjoyed both of them. Good presentation, good flavours and good textures in both of those tapas. But my favourite tapas of the day today have to go to the 2nd and 3rd restaurants which we visited. That was Marisa El Puerto and DNI Ibericos. Both those tapas were completely different. One was almost like a meat pie with the pork in the sauce that had been cooked in the sauce in the puff pastry, and El Puerto, which I think if I had to pick one overall favourite would be this one. That was the smash burger made up of the prawns and the spicy seafood. That for me was just absolutely divine. That's the winner for me. If you are here this week in Benidorm, get round as many of these 21 restaurants involved that you can and check out these tapas and give them all a rating. I look forward to seeing and hearing from you in the comments which ones you've enjoyed most. And don't forget, all of the restaurants involved are worth a visit, even when the tapas contest is not on, because they all do some great food. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and also check us out on Instagram, Facebook, X and TikTok at the Benidorm Enthusiast. Stay positive and stay safe.